Hi everyone, it's Adam again. Welcome to Adam's Ministry. I've been through my book, the Jericho book that I just published earlier this year, and also some videos I put online, the summary video, the Jericho summary, which is great. You get everything that's included, just a little brief summary, so that's worth checking out. But I was always going to do some extra videos on end time prophecy and the book of Revelation in particular, because I've had a go at decoding all of the book of Revelation, and I've come up with some interesting results. Yeah, very interesting. Certainly opened my eyes a bit, and I'm sure it will open yours as well. But basically, I'm going to be going over the beast mentioned in the book of Revelation and the whore of Babylon. Okay, now the whore of Babylon. A lot of people I've seen, for some reason, seem to think that she is a church, but historically the whore of Babylon is a reference to the pagan goddess of Babylon, the old Babylon in Iraq, Ishtar, pronounced Easter. But yeah, Ishtar, she was a pagan goddess of sex, a fertility goddess, war and love. But yeah, what's very interesting here is this pagan goddess was the centre of worship in the old Babylon, and also in Nineveh. Okay, this was another huge city, an empire of the Assyrians, and originally she was an Assyrian goddess. Okay, but the Babylonians, they worshipped her also. And in both cases, yeah, she was responsible for their eventual demise. Okay. And what I'm going to do is just explain who she is, the influence she now has on the rest of the world, how she has spread to many parts of the globe while riding the beast, as John mentions in Revelation. Now, what I found is incredible. Like I said, it opened my eyes, and yeah, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of people just remain oblivious and ignorant to this, even though she has infested every household, okay, Ishtar, and this idol worship for mankind is undergoing on a daily basis in the comfort of his own living room. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's idolatry. It's a violation of the first and second commandments, and the nation that is responsible for this will be severely punished. Okay, it has infected the rest of the world, and it's succeeded. Satan has succeeded in dumbing down society with its daily idol worship, and that's what I'm going to go over in this video. The beast, okay? The beast is a nation. Now, there are many references of the beast. You know, there's the Antichrist, the beast. There's a false prophet who will make man worship an image of the beast and the Antichrist. The beast, I believe, is, well, we all know is a reference to Satan, but I believe it's also a reference to the entire world that Satan has power over, and also a nation. Beast as a nation. I'm going to be going over the beast as a nation and how she has just infested every household, as I said, and infected the entire world. Made the whole world drink of her poison, as is mentioned in Revelation. Yeah. So, what I'm going to go over is Ishtar. Okay. So, most of you will know who this is. Okay. Most of you will have seen this. Okay. The Statue of Liberty enlightening the world. It's known as the Statue of Liberty enlightening the world. Okay. In New York, right, let's put that up there. And yeah, it's supposed to represent an ancient goddess, Roman goddess, Libertas. Okay, the goddess of liberty, of freedom, which the Americans fought for and valiantly won during the Revolution, okay, which is fair enough. And to assert that this statue is some kind of idol that everyone in New York is worshipping is, you know, it sounds ridiculous, and it is. But just out of interest, what does this actually represent? Okay, and the two things important here. Firstly, the man who built this statue, he was a Freemason. Okay, and secondly, its ancient origins. Okay, now, yes, it was. It represented the Roman goddess Libertas, but Libertas was the Roman equivalent of Ishtar. Okay, who I just mentioned. Yeah, the goddess of the old Babylon in Iraq, and also Nineveh, a pagan goddess that these civilizations were worshipping, and which led to their demise. Okay, their utter devastation. Now, just to give you some idea, this is a carving of Ishtar. Okay, in the Louvre Museum, I was able to use this image as long as I credit the source. And as you can see, she's holding up a torch, and this is Ishtar enlightening the world. Okay, exactly the same as Statue of Liberty enlightening the world. And she was often shown with 7 spikes on her head, again just as the Statue of Liberty has 7 spikes also. So there we go, that's the ancient origins of this statue. It's a pagan goddess, and it didn't turn out too well for the people of Nineveh or the old Babylon. Okay, I mean they were conceited, arrogant, angry. I mean the Assyrians, they didn't really have any law either. Anything was permitted. You know, there weren't many moral values there. You know, not these core values that should exist. So yeah, very, very worrying this. And some of you may also have noticed that Ishtar enlightening the world is also the logo for Columbia Pictures. Okay, which, as I have mentioned, has now infested every household. We are worshipping the beast as a nation, okay, in our living rooms, on the television, okay. This is idolatry, okay. It's a violation of the first and second commandments. So there you go. Yeah, the whore of Babylon, Ishtar, Columbia Pictures, enlightening the world. America are enlightening us, and they're encouraging man to follow in their footsteps and engage in idolatry on a daily basis. And Satan has succeeded in dumbing down society, okay. That's what's going on. And that is the overall picture of the beast of Revelation. God will not allow this to continue. Okay, He can't. He can't sit there. He can't bear to watch man continue down this route and just reduce himself to, you know, gibbering idiots. But gibbering idiots just watching TV all the time, not really achieving ultimate potential in life because of this daily idol worship that has been spread to all parts of the globe by the beast. Right, what I'm going to go over now is Ishtar riding the beast, the whore of Babylon riding the beast. This is in Revelation, and the heads of the beast, the horns, the 10 horns and the 10 crowns, and then there's also an 11th horn that emerges. I'm going to go over that as well. So yeah, here we go then. Ishtar is also depicted standing on a lion, riding a lion, okay, so what's the best way of doing this? Yeah, okay, let's just draw Ishtar, alright, riding on a lion. Not a very good picture. Okay, so let's get the 7 spikes on it here. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Right. Ishtar riding on a lion. Okay. This is the beast the whore of Babylon is riding. This little lion here. Okay. And yeah, according to Revelation, the lion has 7 heads. So we want, that's 1 head. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heads of this lion, okay? And we have 10 horns, okay? So, on the heads, and it doesn't really say who, how many horns are on each head, but we've got 7 heads, so I'm going to put 2 on a couple of them. A horn on his head. 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, that's right. And then on those horns we have 10 diadems, it says, which are crowns. Okay, so this is the dead giveaway here, and John does explain what he means as well, but the crowns tells us that they are sovereignty, okay, kings, rulers. So, who are the 10 horns? Oh no, first of all, who are the 7 heads? Okay, this is the beast, the whore bride is the beast, Ishtar, okay, and sits on many waters. Now, sitting on many waters is a reference to Ishtar's bad influence on many countries in the world, okay? That's what it means by sitting on many waters, on many islands, all around the globe basically. So, the 7 heads are, okay, if we take this as a whole world, the 7 heads are the 7 continents of the globe, alright? So, we have okay. South America. I'm going to write these down. South America. Africa. Alright, now we don't really have a ruler of Antarctica. Alright, so yeah, we have Europe, Asia, Russia. We also have Eurasia. That's what they're calling it now, Eurasia. And Australia, okay. But in general, there are 7 continents. And I haven't listed Antarctica, okay, because that isn't really included here. But we have 10 horns, okay, on the 7 heads of the beast. Now, these horns are the 10 different regions of the world as stated in the United Nations Development Goals Report, and they are one. Okay, so I'm going to do one. I haven't really planned this, so United States of America, okay, USA. Including Canada and surrounding countries. I'm just going to number these instead. Okay. But yeah, John says there are 7 heads, 10 horns, and 10 diadems on the horns. Okay. And this is in Revelation chapter 13:1. And I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast come up out of the sea, having 10 horns and 7 heads, and upon his horns 10 diadems, and upon his heads names of blasphemy. Okay. Yeah. So John is standing on the sea here, and he sees 7, 7 heads coming out of the sea. These are the 7 continents. The 10 horns on the heads are the 10 regional groupings of the world. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing here. And then there will be 10 rulers, 1 over each regional grouping. but then there is also an 11th horn mentioned. Okay, yeah, the 11th horn of Revelation, and this will be where the Antichrist steps in. But the 11th horn isn't going to be the Antichrist himself, because if we follow this pattern, the horns are the regional groupings, okay, the regions of the world. So there'll be an 11th region of the world, and again I go over this in the book. There is an 11th horn emerging in the world, yeah, that is separate to these 10 regional groupings I'm just about to list now. So you can find this online. They are the post-World War II New World Order regions. First proposed in 1942, but now reinforced with the United Nations Millennium Development Goals Report 2009. And this is too big a coincidence, okay, because John mentions 7 heads, 10 horns, and 10 rulers, 10 crowns on the horns. So, USSR, number 2. This pen's going not up here, it's my only black pen, I like this one. USSR, okay. Including, I mean, they get a bit strange. This includes Iran, Mongolia. Now, what's funny is this was all put in place to prevent another world war from occurring. That was the whole reason for the United Nations and these plans being drawn up. But whether they realise it or not, they're actually enforcing, they're actually fulfilling the book of Revelation, John's Revelation. Mongolia, Manchuria, Finland, and all of Eastern Europe. Alright, I'm not going to continue writing all of these down because it takes a while, and it's all in my book, okay. Right, number 3. United States of South America. Okay, so the USA is North America and Canada. Now there's a United States of South America. Okay, this is what the UN are planning since World War II. Number 4. And coincidentally, the headquarters of the United Nations is in, you got it, New York. 4. Union of African Republics, UAR. Which is all of Africa. 5. The AFR. The Arabian Federation Republics. Okay. I'm going to write that. Arabian Federation of Republics. Six. This is most of the Middle East. Most of, Middle East. Okay, Middle East. Six. Right. The Federation Republics of India. Okay, FRI. FRI. Federation Republics of India. Alright. 7 is the URC, United Republics of China. URC, United Republics of China. Number 8. United States of Scandinavia. How bizarre. Of all places, United States of Scandinavia. But you should see when we get to Europe, the British Commonwealth of Nations. That one is really weird. United States of Scandinavia. Well, actually, yeah, it's not that weird considering the colonisation. United States of Europe, USE, United States of Europe. Oh, so yeah, this one, sorry, includes Sweden, Norway and Denmark. Sweden, Norway, Denmark. Okay. USE is United States of Europe. I'm not going to write all these down, I'll just say them. That includes France, Switzerland, Spain, Germany, Portugal, Italy and the Benelux countries. Okay, yeah. And then we have 10. 10th region of the world. British Commonwealth of Nations, BCN. Okay, I'm going to have to change pen here. BCN. British, much better. Commonwealth of Nations. Okay. Great Britain, GB, yeah, we're doing alright. We've got a great Prime Minister, and Mayor of London's hilarious. He's got to be the most likeable politician. Guy's a legend. Anyway, GB, Sri Lanka, Madagascar, Australia, New Zealand, let's put NZ, and most of Indonesia. Okay. 7 heads of the beast being the entire world, who Ishtar has infected. Ishtar's influence spread to the world. Idolatry has been spread everywhere. Now the 7 heads of the beast are the 7 continents of the world that come up out of the water, out of the seas, as John says. The 7 lands that come out of the seas are the 7 continents. And then the 10 horns on the 7 heads are these 10 regions of the world. As planned by the United Nations. And then there'll be a ruler over each of these regions, okay, and that will be the 7 crowns, the 7 diadems on the horns. There we go. That's what's going on. That's what John has seen in Revelation 13:1. And he even tells us, he explains what's going on later on in Revelation. He says, the 10 horns which you saw are 10 kings, which have not yet received a kingdom, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one will, and give their power and authority to the beast. Right. Now, these 10 kings, or kingdoms, it means 10 kingdoms, will have one will, this being world government, okay? They will give power and authority to the beast, the leader of the one world government, yeah? And the 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sits. Ishtar, infecting all 7 parts, continents of the world, okay, she sits on everywhere. Yeah? There's televisions in every household, okay, in every part of the world. Idolatry has spread. Thanks to America's influence to the rest of the world. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which a woman sits, and are 7 kings. 5 have fallen, 1 is, the other has not yet come. When he comes must continue a short time. Okay. Now, what I'm going to go over is the final empire. Yeah, final empire. What empire is there that would separate itself from these 10 regions? Okay, and there is one emerging. Okay, and it's even been named an empire. The head of the European Union Commission, you can find the quote online in a video, has called the European Union an empire. He's calling it an empire. Alright? And this may very well be the 11th horn of Revelation that is separate to these 10 regions of the world. Okay? So, horn 11. European Union. Now, I say maybe, okay, can't be certain here, but the guys call it an empire. It's becoming more and more like a dictatorship. I don't need to tell you that. And I mean, we were forced to pay a €2 billion fee to the European Union just to stay in it last year. And Cameron, you know, he flatly refused. I'm not paying that bill. You know, fair play to him. I think they agreed on a lesser payment. But he's doing his best to get us out of the EU now, which is a very good move. Because it's becoming a dictatorship. And the head of the EU Commission, he gets to appoint all the other EU members, okay? And, yeah, prophecy scholars and other prophets, including Nostradamus. I've done a lot of research on that guy. They believe the Antichrist will emerge from within Europe, okay? Nostradamus says, well, he pinpoints it. He says Ravenna in Italy, okay? Now Italy, immediately people think the Pope, okay? But as I have mentioned in my book, all antichrists in history have always been a military ruler, you know, not a clergyman. In fact, they have always even, you know, captured the Pope, as did Napoleon, and, you know, just destroyed the church in a lot of cases. So yeah, there will be a false prophet magnifying the Antichrist and making us all worship an image of him. Now, if you ask me, that's already going on. But yeah, there will be a man that a false prophet will make us all worship. Now, this false prophet could very well be somebody within the papacy. I don't want to say the Pope. I don't like pointing fingers like that. But yeah, it could be the false prophet. But that isn't the most pressing issue right now. The most pressing issue is the box, you know, sitting in our living rooms that we're all worshipping the beast with, okay? We're all engaged in idolatry here. That's the most pressing issue, not what the Pope's doing, right? Not what's going on over there. You guys don't think big enough, alright? Look at the bigger picture, alright? Bigger picture. What's the bigger picture? These guys have infected the entire world, alright? The entire world. Forget what bloody the Pope's doing in Rome. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, what was I saying? So there you go, that's it. this is all in the book, and much more. Okay. It's available on the website adamsministry.uk. And yeah, the beast. Just go over something else I just found in here. There are many, I mentioned this earlier, there are many different representations of the beast to be concerned with as it rises to power. The beast itself, the new one world government, a false prophet who will make us worship the Antichrist, the Antichrist, a powerful and ruthless autocrat who will rule the world and kill all who do not follow him, and the image of the beast, the false prophet will make man worship. And I refer to the beast as a nation also, that nation being the United States of America, who God is very unhappy with for destroying humanity with Hollywood. Okay. And part 2, that'll do a part 2. I'll go over what's going to happen in that part of the world, what's brewing in that region. Yeah. They're going to be pretty, I'll tell you. It's going to very closely resemble the 10 plagues of Egypt. Okay. And I'll go over that in part 2. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Alright, I got a bit upset here, sorry about that, but you know, look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture, come on. Alright, it's obvious, it's, you know. Yeah, anyway, get the book, it's Jericho, Countdown to Oblivion, alright? And it's time to wake up, everybody. Ishtar enlightening the world. Yep, Columbia Pictures. Columbia Pictures. Says it all, doesn't it? Okay. Thanks a lot for watching. Yeah, stick around for part 2. Check out part 2, where I go over God's wrath and what will befall the beast that has infected the entire world. Thanks.